It's been a huge problem during the pandemic, and it only hurts the people who really need it. Attempts to defraud the unemployment system are skyrocketing, and the feds are hunting down the people doing it. Investigators are going after anyone taking advantage of the system, including a Metro Detroit man who investigators say withdrew nearly $150,000 before he was arrested.
Local 4 defenders obtained federal court documents that break down how he was discovered. Karen Drew explains how the scheme spread across 2 states.
Fake Social Security numbers, addresses, and driver's license numbers. Those were tools federal investigators say one man used to obtain as many as 28 prepaid cards meant to help people who were struggling without work during this pandemic. Samuel George Baker is awaiting his day in court. The Metro Detroiter accused of fraud and identity theft. The case against him began in July. According to court documents, a fraud investigator for Independent Bank contacted the FBI to report suspicious activity. Large cash withdrawals at bank machines across Oakland County made with 13 U.S. Bank and Card.com prepaid debit cards.
What's different here is that we're not in the olden days where we receive a paper check anymore. Generally, when somebody sets up an unemployment account, it's done electronically.
Rebecca Davies is an unemployment attorney.
If you don't have a bank account, you still receive those monies. And that is done in the form of a prepaid bank card. And that's where the fraud came into effect here.
Federal investigators say Baker received unemployment benefits from Pennsylvania in various victims' names on prepaid debit cards and used those cards to make the cash withdrawals. In fact, 12 of the 28 cards identified as used by Baker were issued by U.S. Bank for the purpose of receiving Pennsylvania unemployment benefits.
Unfortunately, no good deed goes unpunished. The government tries to assist those in need, and people are going to take advantage of it.
The criminal complaint also lays out how Baker filed 3 different claims in Michigan, 2 with fake Social Security numbers. Investigators believe more than $147,000 was withdrawn from ATMs. $44,000 used to buy a Rolex watch at a Southfield pawn shop, and 2 cash payments to the same pawn shop, one for $53,000 and another for just over $17,000 to pay off debt obligations.
It affects the innocent filer who's trying to receive their monies, but now is held up because of the fraudulent claims or possibly some delay in receiving the monies.
Karen Drew, Local 4 Defenders.
Bloomfield Township Police Detective was brought in as an identity theft and financial crimes task force officer. Surveillance images from the banks where the cash withdrawals were made were used to identify Baker. Baker scheduled for a hearing in federal court tomorrow. We will keep you posted on the case.